is my pleasure to introduce you to singer-songwriter Maya McClean. Thank you so much for being here. You have quite a story, quite a life. You come to Connecticut by way of LA, by way of Sydney, Australia. What brought you from Sydney to America in the first place?
I think I just wanted to be where Michael Jackson was from.
Why Michael Jackson?
Well, when I was younger, he was, you know how you have people that you look up to that kind of pull you out of the darkness? I felt like he did that for me when I was young.
So you get to America thinking you might dance or sing or be in videos with Michael Jackson?
Yep, my dream was to dance with him.
And then what happened?
I ended up dancing with Prince.
So you end up with a huge star, which was Prince. We have a couple of pictures that I just want to show of you and the late Prince, if you will. One picture is of you and a twin sister. This is your twin. Which one are you, left or right?
I'm left.
You're left. Are you identical, fraternal twins?
We're fraternal.
Okay. And you're on the red carpet with Prince. Do you remember where you were going?
We were in London. I think we were going to I think his name was Matthew Williamson, a designer for Fashion Week in London.
Okay.
It was like an event, yeah.
And there's one more picture. And this was shooting a video or on stage?
That was on stage at a press conference for the Super Bowl.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. All right, so you don't end up with Michael Jackson, but you end up with Prince. How old are you when you meet him?
How old was I when I first came here? I think I was 25.
You're 25. And did you have to rehearse for him to be a dancer on videos and on stage with him?
Well, me and my sister auditioned for one of his music videos, and he saw the music video and picked us from that, and then we started hanging out with him because he likes to kind of vet people before they work with him.
Sure. And that was for 13 years?
Yeah.
You sing, you dance, you choreograph, you make films. There's pretty much nothing you don't do. But you stayed in America.
Yeah.
Pangs to go back to Australia or no?
Plans? Maybe. I mean, I kind of follow my intuition and my inner guide now. So it's wherever I get kind of pulled to go is where I go.
How did you start songwriting? Or have you always been doing that even before you came to America?
I was doing it before I came to America, and I'd released an album with my twin sister, and then I had a huge kind of epiphany of connecting to my higher self and living my life through more of a spiritual journey rather than what my mind tells me to do. So when I started connecting to that, then I started like downloading and releasing a lot more different songs that are more about transformation and living your life in more of a flow and a soul journey rather than, you know, the limitations of your mind.
Was Prince an influence in your songwriting at all, or is this completely something different?
It's something different, but he definitely lived his life that way, and I didn't really understand it when I was working with him. I got it, but it didn't land as an experience that I could do myself. And so the way that he used to live is just being limitless, and he does exactly what he wants when he wants to do it, and he doesn't limit himself to anything. And now, since I've been living that way, I'm like, oh, that was what he meant. That's why he doesn't plan ahead. You know, that's why he stays in the moment and tells us before we go on stage not to think ahead, or if we mess up, don't think about the past, to stay present. So, you know, there was a lot of lessons that he was teaching us that weren't fully landing until I discovered it for myself recently.
You traveled worldwide with him?
Yeah.
Tell me about some of those things. And was he a perfectionist?
Yeah. He had his hands in everything, the music, like the sound, the lighting, everything, the design, the clothing, our hair sometimes. If I'd walk into a place and I didn't have lip liner on, he'd go, get some lip liner on. He'd like that kind of stuff, which is kind of funny.
So the smallest details he was in on.
Details, yeah.
What'd you learn from him?
I think now what I learn is just following your truth and be yourself and don't let anyone limit you.
All right, songwriting. What kind of songs do you write?
Well, now that I'm in this journey, it's all, I kind of have epiphanies and shifts and breakthroughs in my life, in my expansion as a spiritual being on the planet. And so whenever I get like a download or a spark of inspiration or excitement or like messages, then they usually kind of come through, and that's how I write. But every time is like a different scenario.
Do you read music, or do you self-taught?
I'm self-taught. I had maybe some friends teach me a few chords and stuff like that. but I kind of just make it up as I go along.
And show me, how do you write a song? Maybe you can play a few bars of something that you've just written. And the goal is to be an international recording star. What do you think is coming?
My goal is to transform humanity, and it's in whatever way I can, because I do healing and massage and personal one-on-one coaching with people, assisting them to connect to their truth, and then the music is a part of that, because it downloads through me, and then I usually share the music in sessions or when I have shows, and I kind of talk truth and share lessons and stories around, you know, not limiting yourself and following your dreams and doing everything that excites you rather than, you know, what society tells you to do.
Who taught you how to sing?
I had a couple of singing teachers in Australia. I used to do musical theatre and things like that, and but I used to copy off Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston when I was younger. I loved their vocals because they're just so, you know, expansive and broad. So I used to kind of listen to them a lot, so there was a lot of vocal influence from them when I was younger.
Give me a few bars of something you've just written.
Well, this song, I'll just show you one. I had a healing session, and one of my clients came out and she's like, I just want to take my bra off and be free, and just, you know, and just break down the constructs of her reality, because she was just feeling kind of limited. So I was inspired by what she got out of the session, and then this song came out of it. And it's called Flow.
We're all living in our fantasies, living life where we want to be. Oh yeah. We get stuck in our realities, making life very limited. Oh yeah. You gotta free up the thoughts inside your mind. Drop in, let your soul be your guide. Wherever you go, 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 go with the flow. Forget what you know, no, 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 go with the flow. Lose all control, go with the flow. Wherever you go, 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 go with the flow.
How long did it take you to write that?
Well, that one came pretty quick. I felt like it was like 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Really? So
Yeah.
you just download it and you start singing.
Yeah.
So you and your sister have played in bands, right? Or you have your own band. But you want to do this on your own. Is that correct? Or would you like a full band behind you?
We used to have a band, and now this is just how it is. So I don't know where it's going to go. And when I feel a blast of excitement to do something, then that ends up being like the next step. And if I don't, then this is where it is, right?
Right. Did Prince prepare you for this journey, do you think, of you going out on your own? Did he ever tell you or prepare you for this journey that you're taking now?
I think on a spiritual plane, yes. I think he did that for a lot of people. And it was interesting because when he passed away, like I had people that were kind of, you know how you have your elders and people that you look up to. I had a bunch of those, and the main people in my life was my mum, Michael Jackson and Prince. And my mum passed away 5 years ago, Michael Jackson passed away, and then the last one was Prince. And then I felt like there's kind of no one above me really. I mean, there's my dad too, but these three were like the strongest influences, you know, for a lot of years. And I wasn't paying attention that much because I was in such an emotional state, but the download that I could hear in the background was, it's your turn. Like there's not, like it's time for you to lead the way now that there's no one else to kind of, there's no guides anymore. So then that had me kind of drop into that it's me. Like there's no one, you know, there's no one behind me. It's just me to guide my own path and then guide others.
Maya, you came here to meet Michael Jackson. Did you ever meet him?
Yes.
And what was that like? And was it just a chance encounter, or did you spend time with him?
Well, it's interesting because the path that I'm on now with what I teach, my mum kind of lived that way. She didn't really have tools or anything, and I'm really good with tools and actually having people access, you know, living in their highest joy and living their dreams. And my mum used to just say, just follow your dreams, darling. And she goes, well, if you want to meet Michael Jackson, I guess you're going to have to move to Sydney to meet him. And so she let me and my sister move to Sydney when we were 14 to live by ourselves because we knew that Michael Jackson...
You lived on your own?
Yeah. Well, we lived with a 26-year-old with like a cousin, but it was still us at 14 and then him, which is still kind of like a kid. There's no parents. So Mum just let us move down to Sydney because we knew that that's where Michael Jackson's tour would go. And if we want to meet him, and that was our dream, that was our excitement, that was the thing that we wanted at the time. And so when he came to Sydney, we met him, and we got to spend like four hours in his hotel room. So it was kind of just like a lesson in when you follow your truth, then you get it.
So,
and you don't give up.
So how did that happen? How did he invite you to spend time with him?
Well, because me and my sister used to stalk him. I mean,
and there wasn't social media then.
Yeah, but we used to like look through magazines. You know, when something's pulling you, then you just go for it. So we used to look through magazines and cut out any picture of Michael Jackson that we could find. And then, and one time we saw like a security guard like next to him, and then we had went to the hotel room to spend time to wait for him to come with our mum. So she was with us the whole time. At that time, she comes down because she knows he's coming, and it's our big, you know, chance to meet him. And all the other fans were outside because they were all kids, and we felt like we could sit in the lobby of the hotel because we were with our mum. And then we saw one of Michael Jackson's security guards walk down, and we went, Mum. And we were shy, and we were like, Mum, that's Michael Jackson's security guard. I've seen him in the pictures. Can you go and talk to him? And Mum's just like, yep. She just goes and does anything. She's not scared, and we're, you know, too scared to. And so she spoke to the security guard, and then he ended up connecting my mum with Michael Jackson's advisor. And we went up to his hotel room and just started talking to him. And Mum was sharing she had a project that she wanted to get all the homeless off the street, and she wanted to connect with Michael Jackson to fulfill on, you know, looking after homeless people and buying land outside of every town and every city for the homeless. So she wanted to connect with Michael for that reason, and then we just wanted to dance with Michael. So we were all there doing that, and then he gave us tickets to the show. And then he invited us to a premiere that Michael Jackson had for his music video at one of the cinemas there. And so we rock up at this premiere. We're like, we're invited. Oh, it's going to be so good. We get there and it's just packed. Fan mass hysteria happening. And we didn't have cell phones then either. And I'm like, this is impossible. And my mind goes into doubt and all upset because we're not going to be able to get in, and we don't have his contact for him to get us in. And then and Mum she's Miss Positive. She's like Julie Andrews. She doesn't stop. She goes, let's just walk around the back. And then we go around the back and the side, and then there's a like a rope before you can get onto the red carpet. And as soon as we walk there, Michael Jackson advisor sees us, recognises us, and goes, those guys in. And then they open the fence, and then I'm pushed out on the red carpet, and Michael's there. He's right in front of me, walking up the red carpet. I was like, you know what I mean? And I'm walking up right next to him, and I'm like, okay, this is it. Anyway, we watched the whole movie thing. There was all fans in the crowd. A lot of the kids, there was kids from his tour that got kind of crushed in the crowd because there was just craziness. And then some of them got stuck in like, in what do you call it? In like a telephone booth. And so Michael wanted to, you know, say that he was sorry for the hysteria and them getting crushed in the crowd, even though Michael got crushed and fell on his knees and stuff too. He also got crushed, and then he invited all these kids up to his hotel room to have ice cream and, like, you know, Smarties and candy and just play video games. And so I'm like, everyone's going up. Can we go up? And my little sister was there, and, you know, Michael had his thing around, you know, not feeling comfortable with adults. Like, we judge him. He feels judged. And so he goes, you can come up with your sister, because I had my younger sister there. She was 6 at the time. And I said, okay. I'm going up. And then they didn't invite Nandy, and then I'm looking at my sister and she's all left behind.
Because she's a twin, right? You got to have her.
And then we got in the elevator and she's not there. And then the security guard goes, "Where's your sister?" I said, "She's probably in the lobby crying right now." And he's like, "All right, let's go and get her." I'm like, "Yes," because it wasn't
So this
up to me.
whole thing was unveiled. All right, so you meet Michael Jackson. Were you already dancing at that time? Because you're quite a dancer. Did you ever dance with him at all?
With Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
The first thing that happened was, because we were dancing with Prince, which is, this is how the universe works. When your intention shifts, then the reality shifts, right? So because I started singing, then the universe shifted me over to Prince, because Prince supports female singers and supports that energy more. So there was more kind of opportunity and more for me to learn with shifting over to Prince. And then, and so because we're working with him, then this was also a funny story. There's so many funny stories. So will.i.am, we hung out with him, and I call him a space cadet. He was awesome. And we were at an event with him, and my sister had a picture of Michael Jackson on her phone, and he sees it, and he's like, "You can't carry a picture of Michael Jackson on your phone while you're working with Prince." And then he goes, "Yes, I can." Like, we just have funny things like that.
Did you ever pinch yourself? Because you come from this country, you meet Michael Jackson in Sydney, you come to America, you end up working with Prince for 13 years, who was one of the biggest stars on the planet. Is all this written down somewhere? Do you have huge scrapbooks of your life? I mean...
Not really.
I mean, because if
it's in my memory.
It's in your memory, but you could tell
photos.
somebody this and they go, "Yeah, right. Yeah, right." Yeah. But I mean, there are tons of videos with you guys dancing on them. All right, so your career now is a singer-songwriter, and you're just going to go with the path, whatever happens. You're absolutely delightful.
Aw, thank you.
And I wish you just awesome good luck, because you've already worked with the biggest stars, met the biggest stars, so now maybe it is your turn, Maya.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, play us out with one song, and thank you so much for being here. Maya McClean.
Thanks for having me.
There you are, walking around your life with your head down. Don't you know how beautiful you are? There you are, why do you always try and hide your smile? Don't you know how beautiful you are? So amazing, can't you see your view is crazy? I just gotta show you how beautiful you are. Face a mirror, take a look a little closer. I just gotta show you how beautiful you are. The way you are, the way you are. I just gotta show you how beautiful you are. How beautiful you are. How beautiful you are. Face a mirror, take a look a little closer. I just gotta show you how beautiful you are. You're so can't you see your view is crazy? I just gotta show you how beautiful you are.
Thank you.
Spend one this in. Who is this girl? Spend all night kissing, and if Walter's right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm a wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things to keep locked in the grocery store. But mine, just to save time, I'll skip right ahead to the last ride.